very instant, he fell madly in love with Europa. Even though Hera was away, he thought it well to be cautious, and before appearing to Europa, he changed himself into a bull. Not such a one as you might see in a stall or grazing in a field, but one beautiful beyond all bulls that ever were, bright chestnut in color, with a silver circle on his brow and horns like the crescent of the young moon. He seemed so gentle as well as so lovely that the girls were not frightened at his coming, but gathered around to caress him and to breathe the heavenly fragrance that came from him, sweeter even than that of the flowery meadow. It was Europa he drew toward, and as she gently touched him, he lowed so musically, no flute could give forth a more melodious sound. Then he lay down before her feet and seemed to show her his broad back, and she cried to the others to come with her and mount him. For surely he will bear us on his back. He is so mild and dear and gentle to behold. He is not like a bull, but like a good, true man, except he cannot speak. Smiling, she sat down on his back, but the others, quick though they were to follow her, had no chance. The bull leaped up, and at full speed rushed to the seashore and then not into but over the wide water. As he went, the waves grew smooth before him, and a whole procession rose up from the deep and accompanied him. The strange sea gods, Nereids riding upon dolphins, and Tritons blowing their horns, and the mighty master of the sea himself, Zeus's own brother. Europa, frightened equally by the wondrous creatures she saw and the moving waters all around, clung with one hand to the bull's great horn, and with the other caught up her purple dress to keep it dry, and the winds swelled out the deep folds even as a sail swells on a ship, and ever gently thus they wafted her. No bull could this be, thought Europa, but most certainly a god. And she spoke pleadingly to him, begging him to pity her and not leave her in some strange place all alone. He spoke to her in answer, and showed her she had guessed rightly what he was. She had no cause to fear, he told her. He was Zeus, greatest of gods, and all he was doing was from love of her. He was taking her to Crete, his own island, where his mother had hidden him from Cronus when he was born, and there she would bear him glorious sons whose scepters shall hold sway over all men on earth. Everything happened, of course, as Zeus had said. Crete came into sight. They landed, and the Seasons, the gatekeepers of Olympus, arrayed her for her bridal. Her sons were famous men, not only in this world, but in the next.